Hi all, I am Rajan Abraham and my wife Valsa. We hail from a small village called Chelakompu and my family name is Chamandu. Seni is my maternal uncle's third son. I'm trying to explain my childhood memories. While I say about that, there is no comparison with the present world. Life was very tough those days, and all my peers, majority of my peers are already left, they have passed away. I had my childhood education, particularly pre-primary level in Madras, because my father was in Indian Air Force, and therefore I had the I was I had the opportunity to be in Madras, where I had my pre-primary education because my father was in Indian Air Force, and later on. When he has taken voluntary retirement, when I was around 10, I came to Chelakompu and started my studies there in CMS UPS school. The school is still functioning, but with a very less volume of children. Um, Immediately after my pre-college, pre-degree, that is those days it is plus two. These days it is known as plus two. After my plus two, rather a pre-degree, I went to Gujarat, where my father was employed in ONGC. I started my career in 1969 with Gujarat Secretariat, and I was doing concurrently my graduation there for BA. I was doing my BA. Uh, Seeing no opportunity in Gujarat Secretariat for a person like me, I thought of shifting to some other progressive organization, and thus I joined Physical Research Laboratory, which is known as the cradle of space research. And primarily it was a research institution where I have seen almost all the senior ISRO chairman, and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was then the director of that institution. And this institution was sandwiched by Indian Institute of Management on the one side and the Gujarat University on the other side. And between we had some good colleges there. And I took the privilege of concurrently doing my graduation there. I did my graduation, and in the meantime, I lost my father at the age of when I was 19. And thus, on a compassionate ground, I was transferred to ISRO Trivandrum, where I worked for 2 years. I was a rolling stone rather, because I never used to stay with any of the organizations for more than 1 or 2 years, because that was my way of thinking those days. And then I left ISRO and joined Cochin Refineries, where I continued. And that was in 1974, I think. And I got married in 1975. We were blessed with a child. My daughter Ranjini was born there. And in 1976, 1976, I took a chance to going abroad. I went to Qatar, but I was very unhappy with the job as well as the accommodation, and I decided to return. And it was a very bad time for me, I should say, because having left Cochin Refineries and coming back jobless was a challenging task for me, and Ranjini was already born. I went to Ahmedabad again back. I joined Hindustan Petroleum Corporation, and my family joined me immediately, maybe in 2 or 3 months' time. And my second son Ritesh was born there. And in the meantime, I took my law degree there. In 1980, uh, I had again a chance to go abroad, and I went to Qatar, and I joined the HSBC. And that was again a time for me to concentrate on my career. I started doing my a banking exam, and I passed the stage one of AICB. By the time I was recognized by the management, I had some rapid promotions, and during my, I mean, when I retired as the um, area financial controller and chief compliance, where my primary responsibility was to look after the accounting and the legal affairs of HSBC. And in 2004, I took a voluntary retirement. That was a mutual agreement because due to this all centralization, accounting functions and legal affairs were all managed centrally. And though I had a chance to be relocated somewhere elsewhere, I decided to come back, and we are settled at Tiruvalla, from where I am speaking now. This is my career history. Coming back to my personal life, with respect to, since father is my maternal uncle, as I told, I still remember him. He was my, as a mentor, as a nice, I can't explain how gentle and gentleman he was. All that I remember about him is whenever I see him, he used to, those days, they used to keep 1 or 2 rupee, in the sleeves. And whenever I met him, he used to give me something like 1 or 2 rupees, which I can never forget, because those days that 2 rupee was, sufficient enough to go to Changanasheri and watch a film and have a small bite and a best charge, etc. But we lost him. I lost him rather. When I was, he couldn't see my progression as such. And I remember Jolly, it's Senny's elder brother. We are peers. We are the same age, and we started our schooling together. And sweet memories about my life with Jolly until pre-degree we were together. Of course, he was in a different college. Said that it is something I can't even imagine about. We lost him when he was only about in mid 60s. Sunny was somehow I still remember how he has miraculously escaped from you know in a fall in the in a flooded river, and I remember all those because I was a witness of that as to what was the situation then. So many memories, and I should thank Almighty um, to to live such a long life, to lead a such a happy life. And my children are all abroad, and we look forward to always seeing our grandchildren. And this is our life. This is how Thank God again. Thank you, Raja. Okay.